like you'll go person, woman, man, camera, TV.
Shocking this buffoon was president. Musician Jack White would speak on it.
How comfortable are you with modern America right now? Trump's America.
Yeah, it's pretty depressing.
Hit the nail on the head there. White would offer a lot more on Trump and the issues we face today.
This is an island surrounded by water, big water, ocean water.
With the United States anointing this man president, White gives an honest take.
You know, it's America's fault for the Electoral College. I think people don't even realize how much of it is that is the problem, is the Electoral College made this happen, but nobody wants to acknowledge that, admit it, and change it. And the people who couldn't change it were brought into power because of the Electoral College, so they're not going to change it because it's going to make them get reelected next time. So it's screwed, man. It's a shame. It should be one person, one vote. And if it had been one person, one vote, he wouldn't have been in office.
1000% agree. Spot on, big facts.
They're poisoning the blood of our country. That's what they've done. They poison mental institutions and prisons all over the world.
How someone can support a man as evil as Donald Trump, beyond us.
Because your music isn't overtly political, but one of the things you have written about is immigration.
Yeah.
Why was that the exception, if you like?
I think that it's just like it's like the hypocrisy of like people who, want people to clean their houses and mow their lawns, but they don't want to speak to them or something like that. It's just sort of an ancient hypocrisy that, kick all these foreigners out. The whole country is made of foreigners. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous, you know.
But the point you were making was that the white people are immigrants too.
Exactly, yeah. Everybody in America basically is an immigrant. I mean, it goes all the way back to even the Native Americans traveled across the Bering Strait. So it's a little bit crazy to think about it that way. I don't know what that whole human obsession with foreigners is. I mean, in any country, it's pretty strange. I mean, you see that in Japanese culture and European culture and all across the world, that this sort of basic human fear that's instilled is of people that aren't like us might hurt us. People that don't look like us might be somehow harmful to us. It's such a strange thing that I hope one day they invent some way of getting that out of our system.
Though Jack White, like many leftists, understand that in this country we are indeed all immigrants, and the rhetoric the right uses is not just dangerous, but idiotic. That wouldn't be all, though. Recall the UFC essentially serving as a propaganda arm for the Trump campaign by putting out a documentary about the president on their YouTube channel, parading him out at every event he attends, and photographing him with various celebrities cage side. Jack White despised it, writing on Instagram, "Anybody who normalizes or treats this disgusting fascist, racist con man, disgusting piece of blank Trump with any level of respect is also disgusting in my book. That's you, Joe Rogan, you, Mel Gibson, you, Mark Wahlberg, you, Guy Fieri. This is a statement from me, not a discussion/debate."
Elon Musk has reinstated former President Donald Trump to Twitter.
After this debacle, Instagram post. "So you gave Trump his Twitter platform back. Absolutely disgusting, Elon. That is officially an a-hole move. Why don't you be truthful? Tell it like it is."
The thing.
Yeah, saying the word.
You've already said
Is just like saying. She's calling you a like this boy that he's and starts calling them absurd. There should be a word like, especially the word that's our. He says guy and then starts saying allowed to use the word out the word say and he couldn't say.
Joe Rogan, who has a history of using the N-word and actually deleted over 70 episodes with its usage, was also a target of whites. People like Musk and Joe Rogan, who gives platforms to liars like Alex Jones, etc., he would write, "You come into a ton of money, see the tax bill, despise paying your fair share, and then think moving to Texas and supporting whatever Republican you can is going to help you keep more of your money. How else could Trump possibly interest you?"
If Musk is in control, would there be no moderation on misinformation?
The man who calls himself a free speech absolutist, yet bans any accounts he perceives as hurting Donald Trump's chances, or reporters he dislikes, or information about his companies that he'd rather not be tweeted out, or even journalists, are repeatedly banished from the platform. White would see this and went on the attack, rightfully so. After Trump's account was reinstated, he'd type, "That's not free speech," or "what the poll decided," or whatever nonsense you're claiming it to be. This is straight up you trying to help a fascist have a platform so you can eventually get your tax breaks. I mean, how many more billions do you need that you have to risk democracy itself to obtain it? Let's also not forget who Elon is kissing the behind of. The man himself posted on his Truth social platform, "When Elon Musk came to the White House asking me for help on all of his many subsidized projects, whether it's electric cars that don't drive long enough, driverless cars that crash, or rocket ships to nowhere, without which subsidies he'd be worthless, and telling me how he was a big Trump fan and Republican, I could have said, drop to your knees and beg, and he would have done it." White, who doesn't have a four-letter word to give, continued, "You've gone too far and are now using your power to promote horrible, violence-inducing liars who are taking the country and the world backwards and endangering the democracy that made you rich and successful in the first place. I am a believer in free speech, but for example, I'm not about to let the Triple K hold a rally at our record label's performance stage. That's one of the platforms we control and have a say in. It's not Town Square, operated by the government. And if I owned a gas station, I wouldn't be selling the Triple K gasoline to burn crosses either and then wash my hands as if I didn't help facilitate hatred. You took on a big responsibility with your purchase, and free speech isn't some umbrella that protects you from that." Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/tytsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day. Calling out elite people in comedy should be the rule of thumb.
I think Donald Trump's hair is actually another creature.
Yeah.
The hair's like going, "Good night, Donald. Good night, Donald." There we go.
Maybe it goes out. It goes out and makes money while he's asleep.
There is something about punching down that feels taboo, and punching up is the way to go.
Crack's not really my thing, but if it was, it would be fine if I was on that side.
Wow.
Don Jr.'s on coke.
We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated. I'm a very stable genius.
It is very important, the work that the Jordan Kleppers are doing, the work that the Good Liars are doing, the work that our team here at the Turks are doing, and many more.
What he does, he secretly puts the marker on the end of the putter, and then he looks like he's marking it, but really, now the mark is 3 feet closer. That's a way easier putt.
He cheats a lot. That if you cheat at golf, you cheat at life. The saying goes for Donald Trump.